Welcome to Season 3. This is not a how-to channel. I'm still learning, so if you see something, say something in the comments below.
Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to talk about, well, this is going to be a review of the Trend AirShield Pro. Eagle Eye Lance saw this in the background and asked me about what my thoughts were on it. So, here's my thoughts. All right, let's talk about the Trend AirShield Pro before we get into some of the finer details. We have a face shield here. It does have a scratch-proof, peelable replacement screen, I guess you'd call it. So you could peel this off and replace it if it gets a lot of scratches on it, or debris or whatever that you just can't clean off. It comes with a charging cable, filters, a battery pack. And while we have it open, let's talk about the fact that the air is sucked in through these filters, through the pump, and down over the front of your face. Your head is sealed inside this elastic skirt, I guess you could say. And as the air flows across or into the helmet, it really kind of tends to puff it out. You do have air holes for exhaust, so when you're exhaling, it comes out and does not cause any fogging of the helmet. Couldn't think of it. I was like vapors, but no fogging. You'll notice I have a bandana on the inside here, and the reason for that is I found the strap on the inside of my forehead just didn't feel right. It's just not comfortable. There's no padding there. So I wrapped a bandana around it, and became much more comfortable with that on there. To extend the life of the filters, I went ahead and took these off and vacuumed them off so I could reuse them as best I can, because these are $60 replacement, about $60 to replace the filters. The unit itself is, like I said, about $400. You know, can you put a price tag on your health with the dust that's coming off all the stuff that we turn and the various woods that we work with? You know, how much is your health worth? You know, can you put a price tag on that? I don't know. But what I can tell you is, I don't like this. It is very top heavy, and when you're leaning over, sanding the piece that you're working with, eventually you start to really feel it on the back of your neck and across your shoulders. And yeah, I couldn't wait to get this off my head and stretch out, because it's just really became really painful. That's the biggest drawback. I think there are other units that, you know, they have the filter and the battery and everything is on your hip with a hose coming to the back. It might be a lighter unit, but they're also about twice as much as this. So again, I guess you get what you paid for, right? I do a majority of my turning with this face shield. Most of us recognize this when we're turning, but you can kind of see this is much bigger. I use this for the turning portion, and then I would use this for the sanding. But because it became so top heavy, I'm not going to use this anymore. I've reverted back to the good old-fashioned, you know, 3M. Little hint, I always put a piece of paper towel in there just to keep any bugs from crawling in there, and or dust itself when it's laying around. So anyway, I like this. Still works. I don't wear a face shield when I'm dusting. I do have a dust collector now, so that helps as well. I have this primarily as just a spare face shield. I'll probably take the battery out, make it a little lighter for somebody to wear, but with this, without the air flowing over their head, it would cause this to fog up. So, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, not that I have anybody come over very often to need an extra shield, but if I did, maybe I will leave the battery in and try to keep it charged. So yeah, there you go. I hope this helped you make an informed decision on purchasing this. If I didn't cover something, leave a comment down below and I'll answer your questions best I can. Again, the only thing I really have a problem with is the top-heavy portion of this helmet. I wore a helmet for 3 years in the Army and didn't have nearly as many neck and back problems as I did with this thing, just sanding some of the wood on this lathe. So it could be I'm just getting soft. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, consider hitting that like button. I put out a weekly video, so subscribe if you haven't already, and check out some of the work I do. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and maybe we'll see you next week. Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, well, this is a review actually of try to swallow the rest, try to finish the coffee before you try speaking. How about that? All right, let's try that again. Whew. I wore a helmet for 3 years in the Army, and it didn't feel near as bad as this did at the end of sanding. Son of a gun.